Welcome back to the channel, guys. Now, continuing on our 2018 Skidoo 850 here. If you didn't see the last video, we actually did a CR Racing running board installation. So if you want to see that, go check it out. But what we need to do today is we got to put the track in, we're going to put the skid in, and then be showing you guys our new Avid drivers. So we'll get right into it. So these are Avid products. These are a T3 series six tooth. These are their anti-ratchet drivers that they have. So, you know, it's milled all out of a very hard plastic. I don't know, type or anything. So if you want more info, I will link their website below. Just go check them out. So these are our stock ones. As you can see, you kind of have that round tooth. I'm pretty sure that's just because mine have been ratcheting. This thing's been bad ever since I got it. You have to run the track banjo string tight, which is not good. It leads to a lot of problems and robs horsepower. So these ones, if you look at that tooth design, big, they're tall. They're a little bit taller, a little bit wider, and yeah, they're just more aggressive. So one thing I do when I went to go press these on, they don't seem like they're going to fit. So mine, it slid onto the end, and then, it didn't really want to go over that. They do sell a little driver install tool that possibly would sit over that. I didn't use that. I just kind of I shined up the inside. So just kind of what I mean by that. Take a die grinder or just like one of those inside sandpaper discs you put on a drill, and I just kind of buffed the edge here. Just made it a little taper so it would actually go onto there. Now, one thing you really don't want to forget, the faces here, they're all the way, so they're pretty much even. The dues, those are inset, so you do not want to measure like from the outside to there. Putting these on, you'll end up having an issue. So I'll go through and I'll show you how I said. So stand your drive shaft vertical like this. Now I measured this. So we're sitting at 3/4 of an inch on our tooth width. You take this one, boom, 3/4 of an inch tooth width. So what that tells you is that now is a common center, and it's a common measurement on these drivers. So we don't care about the body, we're measuring to the tooth. So stand it vertical, and now we're going to measure off the table. What I did, I measured from the table to the side of the tooth. Now I have 5 inches on this one. You can also measure to your top one, which we're sitting about 13.5 inches. Or no, sorry, 13 3/4. So if you look at your inside tooth, it is give or take 7 7/8 from the inside to the inside. Of course, 5 inches to the bottom, and then 13 3/4 to the top one. Now, this is how I measured. I got fairly close. I did have to do a little bit here and there, just for, making sure it fits in the windows of the track, and I didn't want to be too far out, too far in. But these are the final measurements I'm happy with. So if you want to use those, feel free. And yeah, you should get pretty close. So with that being said, let's go ahead and set these in. So, starting to put the track in, you want to have the back end raised, and then just get your track all the way ahead. That's step one. Now make sure track is pointed the right way. If you get that backwards, well, flip it around, do it right. There's arrows and stuff. So, now that you're at this point, you want to take, if you have your I don't even know what, brake side. So we'll call this the brake side. It's got the little doodad on it. So that you'll put in first. You kind of just open the track up. get it. You're kind of inside there. Okay. So that's kind of my first step, what I like to do. Now what you're going to want to do, you'll angle this and try and poke it through the other side, and then we'll pull it back this way. Kind of lift your track up. You're able to go in there. Somewhat of a fight. Get it to that point. Now that we're on this side, we got to go ahead, kind of find, there's a little notch for this deal. That's right there. So now we'll just lift up, push that all the way in. And there we go. I have that right. There we go. Now it'll kind of take a little bit because you got to seat this bearing back into that. But as we tighten this side up, that'll go together. Okay, so now we're going to put our caliper on here. You want to kind of just line it up just like that. You'll find your thread that makes you most happy. Might have to give it a couple little taps. And this is where it kind of gets annoying. So you got to tap onto the bearing. And tap this on. Okay. Now we got to put our bolts in. I put red Loctite on mine. If you don't like that idea, don't do it. But that's what I'm doing. And then what we're going to do, we're going to just go snug for now. And then we'll tighten them up right quick. Okay, caliper's on now, so should be able to seat all the way. Okay, I had to go ahead and give that a few taps just to get it fully seated. Now we'll take our snap ring. No, I have actual snap ring pliers today. Life is good. We'll get it in place. And then this one, just how tight this is, we're gonna just tap it in. It's really easy, just take a punch and that one's in. You just work yourself around. Get your access hole if you need. So there we go. Brake is on, rotor's on, all that, and then really, for me, I can just take a 1/4 inch ratchet. I I do have one of these with a 3/8 kind of body, but we'll just take it, line up our spots here. Once I get the track turned. I got access? I do. And then, yeah, I'll just go tight with this. Obviously, I'm stronger than my tools. This is the hard part being an actual mechanic some days. You wreck shit real quick. Alright, I got another bit. So yeah, just go get them good and tight with this. They don't need to be super tight, but you don't want those to come out. So, there we go. That's done. So now we'll just throw our cover back on, and we're done on this side. Cover's on, so now just do your one there, one there, one there, and then I can find it. We got that bottom one we got to do. Jesus. That's the wrong size. Hold on. Final thing we want to do, we're going to put our gear on. Now, a rule of thumb I go by is I want to see the number on the gear itself. That's what I use to reference what side is what. You also need to put the chain on and then slide that into place. Try and keep your chain clean. We'll just lay it there. Now we'll pop our snap ring on. There you go. Snap ring. Then just push around it. Make sure that sucker's in there. There you go. Jack shaft is in. Drive shaft, sorry. Now is the last and final thing. We have to do the skid. This is probably most people's least favorite thing to do. Yeah. Super easy. So take, make sure you have all your bolts in, ready to go. I do not. So hold on. Okay, so now we gotta put the skid in. What I like doing, have your track locked. Just put your brake on. And now I'm gonna start at the back side. Pull your skid in. Actually gotta go upside. Okay, let's try this again. So lift the track up, put the skid in, kind of rotate it. It will kind of deflate. I'll try this way. I don't think I got enough height here. There we go. There we go. Try not to lose your rods like I'm currently doing. Now, you gotta make sure you got everything in place. This one, the rod's over there. go. Skid's now into place. Now you want to take, put your washers back in there, wherever they fell out to. Now, what I like to do, I always start with the front bolts. I find that kind of the easiest to do here. So I'll set you guys up. Hopefully that's good. That's not going to let me do that, so I actually have to loosen the rear idlers. I haven't done that yet. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're going to loosen the rear idlers. I didn't do that when I installed, but do it now. So what I like to do, take a piece of tape, scoot that all the way up, if you can. See, I actually can't. So what we'll do, we'll just go to here. So what I know is I'm pretty much that single piece of tape in. All that does, that kind of gives me a reference just so I can get, you know, somewhat the same tension I already had. Alright, so 13 mil. You just want to loosen those. Now you want a 10 mil, and we'll run these out. So now 10 mil. Back those out. There we go. Now that gives some more slack in the track. That allows us to move the skid around a little easier. Okay, so what I want to do, we're going to put the front in first. Put a little Loctite on your bolt. Now you just want to pull your track back. You'll kind of line it up. So there we can see it already. Put your bolt in. 17 mil. Now we'll just start it. We don't want to fully go in. And we'll go to the other side, do the same. So, same kind of deal. Loctite. And I use red, but blue does work. I just like red better. Now you gotta line this side up. Just like that. 17. Now what we got going on is one side spinning. So I'll hold it with a wrench and we'll go in tight. I go that tight and go to the other side. And now just check them by hand. Okay, so moving to the back should be easy. We have ours held up, so we're just going to let this down, and then we'll go up. So obviously I went too far. Kind of something I wanted to do. Maybe not that aggressive, but it's down. Now we'll go up to about the right height. Now you might be looking at this going, okay, why don't the bolt holes line up? That is because we have, you know, we don't have pressure on here. So we're going to have to collapse this front to get this bolt to line up. We'll just use a ratchet strap from there to there. So just using a ratchet strap, pull it ahead. That's kind of about where I want it. So I'll let the sled down some more. Pretty much right there. So there we go. That's fairly close. Just had to do some playing around with it. Get your bolt in there. There we go. This side's done. Let's go do the other side. Okay. Last thing we got to do, we'll just set our track tension again. So, using our pieces of tape we have, we'll just get everything straight. I'm going to go to there on that one. So that's actually pretty tight for what I like. So we'll come off just a little bit. It's actually sitting real tight. So this to me, that's a little too loose. So we'll go a little bit more both sides. That's about how loose I want to run this for now. I want to see. I don't want to go too tight, but that to me, you know, I can get 2 fingers down and just nicely, you got 1 finger worth. Probably too loose for Skidoo specs, but with the new drivers, that'll be perfect. I'll just measure, make sure my wheels are straight, and then, yeah. Tighten those rear bolts. So all I did there, quick reference, I measure from there to there. So my bolt's out to the end, 1.25 inches. Make that on both ends. Then you'll tighten up your rear bolt. What you want to do, keep the back end up, run the track some, and make sure that you're sitting pretty much in the center on your high facts. Once you're good and happy with that, clamp her tight. And there you go. Well, thank you for watching this video. I hope the information was there for you guys if you're doing this at home or you just wanted to know. Now, don't be intimidated by this. I know it seems like a lot, but really it's not. As long as you have, you know, simple set of tools, you should be able to get this done yourself. So yeah, thanks for watching this video. Come back next time. We will be installing our new clutches. And then, yeah, you know, we got a couple more little videos that we will be doing. So stay tuned to the channel, and yeah.